Hey, how's it going, guys? This is going to be my review of the Benchmade 940 Osborne with the Axis lock. Now, keep in mind, guys, that I'm more of a gun guy than I am a knife guy, so this review may not be as thorough as other people that you can go to their channel and watch videos of this same knife. But I'm just going to give you my opinions on this knife and let you know what I think about it. I did not just get this. I brought the box out so I can show you guys how it comes when you first buy it. I've had this knife for a few weeks now, so I'll be able to give you a little bit better opinion, than what I would if I just bought this today. So it comes with the blue box here, as most of the Benchmade stuff does. There is different class Benchmades with different color boxes, and that's how this one comes packaged. It does have the little black Benchmade bag, which I really like these. These are pretty nice thing to have. Probably not something I'll ever use really, but if you ever go to resell the knife or something, I would just keep that, just in case, so you still have it, everything original that it came with. So here it is. This is the Benchmade 940 Osborne, and guys, I'm finding this to be a really good EDC knife because of size and weight. Now, I'm not going to go over all the specs of the knife because that tends to get kind of boring, but I will tell you the two most important specs that I think you should know, which is number one, weight. This only weighs 2.9 ounces, so it's very light for its size. The other spec I want to tell you about is the blade length. The blade is just under 3.5 inches. So for a knife of this size, and being what it is, a weight of 2.9 ounces is really, really good. This is something you can put in your pocket, and it's not bulky, and it doesn't, make your pocket go out and bulge out around the knife. It doesn't, have any of those things happen when you carry this every day. The action on the Axis lock is very smooth, and I really do like the Axis lock. I'm finding I really like it a lot. You can open it like that, one-handed. I don't believe this knife to be broken in yet, but you can, didn't work for me there, but you can flip this open, doing this around a tripod, like that, and then also close it the same way. So there we go. So it is a pretty smooth functioning knife there. As far as an EDC production knife, I would have to say this has got to be probably in my top 3. I've seen a lot of reviews on this online, and I finally went ahead and got one a few weeks ago just to see what all the hype was about. And I really do like this blade. It has a reverse Tanto S30V blade. Comes very sharp from factory, which I'll show you on a piece of paper here in a little bit. I like the pocket clip really well. Now this type of pocket clip, guys, this is something where the material is going to scratch off very easily on here. This painted pocket clip doesn't bother me though, but I can tell when they use this kind of paint on there that this is something that doesn't take long to wear off or get scratched off. So that's one thing to keep in mind if that's something that you'd worry about. As you can see, the knife is pretty thin profile. The pocket clip almost takes up the whole width of the knife there, and you can take it to the other side, but the knife comes like I like it, which is tip up only carry. That's the way I like to carry my knives, tip up only. So just a preference, yours may vary, but that's the way I like to carry mine. Now let's talk about the handle materials and the back spacer and stuff like that. The handles are aluminum. I believe it's the 6061 T6 aircraft grade aluminum handles, and they feel very smooth and very comfortable, very ergonomic when you hold the knife. That is one thing that this really has going for it. When you hold this knife, I mean, the ergonomics are just great on it. So there's not going to be any problems there. I don't feel the pocket clip or anything when I'm gripping the knife. I don't feel it in the palm of my hand. It doesn't seem to be intrusive at all. I like this. I like this smooth portion right here. You can ride your thumb forward. You do have that transitional bump right here where it kind of steps down that I've talked about before. in reference to my Benchmade 707 sequel, the bump up here where it steps down. This also has the step down there, but you'll find if you come forward though that this doesn't really irritate the thumb or push in too much on the thumb if you want to come forward and choke up on it like that. Give you another close-up here, and you can see there where it's stamped S30V, Osborne. Okay, now for the back spacer. I really like this back spacer. This is titanium, and what they've done is they've anodized the titanium, and it's purple. It's anodized purple. Okay, now this knife does have steel liners in it, but the steel liners are very small and only go partially down, and I'll get a flashlight out here now and show you what I'm talking about. Hopefully I can get a shot in there and you can see. Okay, so we're going to follow this piece of metal down right there that you see inside the handle, and you can see that it only goes partially down the handle in there, and it's not the full width of the handle. These liners are not the full width of the handle. So that saves a lot on weight, and you can see the titanium purple anodized back spacer through there. And I see on that on the steel liner it is drilled out in there at the top, but there's not very much of a liner. Definitely not a full liner going all the way down through the knife, and that's gonna end up saving you on weight. And you know, weight is important when you want something to carry every day and you want something in the pocket. I find that I really don't feel this at all in the pocket. I don't feel any pulling of the pocket, any sagging of the pocket whatsoever at 2.9 ounces. It seems to be a really good weight. Very smooth finish on the aluminum handles there. And overall, just a great EDC knife. Now, unfortunately, that knife is not as smooth as this 707 sequel that I did a previous review on. I've still been carrying this guy, and I am really coming to love this knife a lot. This is one that I'm seeming to carry more and more nowadays. But this knife is smooth, and I would call this almost piston-like when it opens. It almost feels like a piston as it's opening up. One of the smoothest production folders that I've ever handled has to be the 707 sequel. I don't know if I just got lucky and got one this good or what the deal is, but this is very smooth. And I did take this pivot screw out and put Loctite on the pivot because the blade did loosen up on me after flipping this open a few hundred times. So I took the pivot screw out, I put Loctite on it, and I have not had a problem since, and I have flipped it several times, and it's still just as smooth as it was before. You can flip it open like that with no problem and then close it. So this 707 sequel is one of the smoothest production knives I've ever handled. Okay, back to this guy. I think this would be great for any kind of EDC task that you would ever have, including a tactical blade. This reverse tanto is very good at piercing, and as you can see, it's reinforced here at the tip as well, right here. The blade stock actually thickens right there. I really like the look of that, how it comes up smooth here, and then it actually widens toward the tip to give you a stronger tip for penetrating. So yeah, this could be used definitely as a tactical blade, at just a hair under 3.5 inches of this blade. I would definitely say that in an emergency, if you had to save your life and this is all you had, that you could use this definitely as a tactical knife. I really like it, and it seems to have an amazingly sharp edge on this S30V, and I really like S30V steel. So now I'll go ahead and do a paper cut test for you with it on just a piece of notebook paper here, and we'll show you what the sharpness is like right now. Yeah, so as you can see, it don't get much better than that coming from factory. I'm trying to get little pieces off, wee little pieces off here. I mean, when you can just hit paper like that, you know that thing's sharp. Let me see if I can do kind of an S-cut with it. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so definitely out of the box sharpness. I have not touched this up. That was me, not the knife. I have not touched this blade up at all. And with anything, I have not used it a whole lot, but I have not touched this blade up or done anything to it. That's just as it came from factory. So I can see where all the hype is coming from that I've seen on this knife online. And I definitely would highly recommend this for a production EDC if that's what you're looking for. Now, you are going to pay about $160 if you get it on eBay. You can find it for as low as $160. If you look other places, it's probably going to be a little bit more than that, maybe $10 to $20 more. So you're looking from $160 to $180. And I really like Benchmade's warranty. Basically, if I were to break the blade on this knife and send it back, they will replace this S30V blade for $25. And that's a great deal, you know, because there's no way you're going to be able to get a blade of S30V steel like this for that price. Also, Benchmade's warranty, they have a lifetime sharpening service on the knife, so anytime you send it back, you just have to send return postage with the knife. I don't like to sharpen knives. I've never been good at it, and I'll admit that. I've just never been good at sharpening a knife. I haven't quite found the secret yet to do it. So for me, it's worth it to just send the knife in to the company that the knife came from and have them do it professionally. And for my postage there and postage back, I will get the knife back just like it came from the factory. So that's worth my money. So there you go, guys. I think I covered about everything that I needed to cover on this. The Osborne is a great EDC knife if that's what you're looking to get. If you want something lightweight with adequate blade length and minimal weight and minimal space in the pocket, I would definitely recommend the Benchmade 940 Osborne. Give you a couple close-ups here of it. You do have a little bit of jimping right here, but I'm going to tell you, this jimping I would not count on. This jimping is pretty much decorative. I'm not getting any grip at all off that. I could sit there and do that, and it doesn't even hurt my thumb or, you know, affect my thumb at all to sit there and go like this. So I really would not call this effective jimping. You do have a little bit of jimping, but it's too far inside the handles on the front scale, on the front of the scales. It's too far in, really. I mean, I can feel it a little bit, but there again, I could run my finger on it all day, and I don't feel that it would rub my skin raw. So the only thing, you know, that I could say is a negative is there's not much as far as jimping on the knife. But other than that, you know, you do have a semi-choil right here that kind of locks your hand in. So I would have no problem, you know, with thinking that I could use this knife pretty hard and that I'm not going to slip forward, my hand slip forward onto the blade. I don't feel that that would be an issue. So there you go, guys. That's my review of the Benchmade 940 Osborne. I'm H4T, and I am out.